Okay, yeah, I was buying those maize corns. I've been looking for them. You know, the other day we just bought them with my sister randomly on the road and they were so good. Like when I get to boil them and just, eat them up, they're so nice. So I'm gonna share with my sister half of it. I'm sure she'd love that. Anyhow, yeah, people wanted to kill me because it was green lights and we were to go. But again, looks like there are so many cars today, so even those that were shouting, they didn't get to go anyways. So, well, what was I saying? I was saying about the Ephesians chapter 6, right? I was talking about the frustrations of people. Okay, let's just forget about that, It's just people. The least we can do is just, do whatever we can do. Those that we get to tell them and teach them. And those that we can't, we can only, pray for them or something. We just want the world to be a better place for everybody. Yeah, so if somebody is acting as a stumbling block with their character, with their habit, with their, poisonous reactions and habits, it's not really good, Yeah, and that's my prayer for myself and others. I mean, to be mindful of who we are and, of others and help each other, be the best people that we can be. All right. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6, man. So what was I saying? So that chapter, I've even now forgotten why I brought it up and what was I trying to connect it with. I mean, I know what it talks about, but to what was I connecting it with? Okay. I think it's coming. So that scripture, it's talks about it's Apostle Paul, I believe. Yes, he's talking to Ephesians while he's in prison, and so he is, he'd been to the Ephesians, he preached to them. They were really hard-hearted people because, it's hard to win a soul of a person who has it all in terms of material things, prosperity, education, and stuff like that. So that is kind of people that were living in Ephesians. They are worshiping other gods. They were prosperous because Ephesians, like the Ephesian whatever city, was a very prosperous city. Their trade, the business, everything. It's just like, let's say, Dar es Salaam, New York. What is this place? It's in Japan. Okay, those places where life is at the peak. So people are so successful, people have it all. Like, they would not really see, why would I need God for? You're talking about protection. I can afford it. I can afford a life insurance. I can afford what is this? You know what I mean? I have to put fuel to my car right now. Today I have lots of movements, and I'm late to where I'm going. Anyways, so I haven't even gone into the verse. I guess we'll have to stop this for today. Maybe I'll talk about it later, but maybe quickly, what it says in that chapter is Apostle Paul talks about how we should pray in spirit all the time. Okay, in all occasions we should pray in spirit. And not just that, he talks about all kinds of prayers. Like, first, pray in spirit in all occasions, and then pray all kinds of prayers. And then, of course, the following verse, he talks about, you should, I think all the time, you should pray for the Lord's people. So that was really, really interesting for me, and it changed my perspective on prayer as well, So yeah, I think it was relating to me getting out of home, and whether you've prayed or not, it's very important that you have time where you set to be in position in prayer, That is very important because it will avoid excuses and distractions where they occur and stuff like that. But you know, sometimes it just happens that maybe you have not had that time, all right? So, for instance, I will give an example that yesterday I slept very late because I've been having a lot to do. I slept at almost 3 a.m. and then I had to wake up at 6. I woke up at 6. I was so sleepy, but I woke up to pray and I spent about an hour or more. But when I was done, I needed to go back to rest again because I needed the energy. So I slept for a few hours and then I woke up. So when I woke up, I was really behind my schedule in terms of, you know, what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't have so much time. So that time was also, it wasn't really scheduled to pray and everything. But I don't like leaving home without really saying something to God. So I had I have conversations with my God, like, all the time in my heart, in my spirit and everything. So with that verse, I'm really encouraged to do that even more. Like, there is no one formula to pray because the scripture says you should pray in spirit in all times, in all occasions. So what it means is, F-Komi, man, I know, right? I don't have fuel and then I'm putting 10,000, yeah. You don't mind my business, right? Whether I'm broke or not, let's get to the verse. It's alright, just messing up with you. I am really sweating right now. Okay, let me go and then we'll continue later, right? Because I really can't control this when I'm doing the recording and the sweating. Asante. Oh. Yeah, so let me just wrap this up. All I'm saying is, as long as you're in spirit and you're praying in spirit, okay? Just speak to God. In all occasions, when you wake up, even when you're asleep in your dreams, you know, I ended up praying for that. Lord, I want to be praying even when I'm asleep. I want to be in spirit all the time. In other words, that's what I'm trying to say. Because if you're in spirit all the time, you're connected to God. And if you're connected to God, whatever you say, whatever you think, whatever you do, all right, it's going to be in line with that. And that can be a strong form of prayer. That means if I think of you, if I think of my mother, you know, I am driving and then I think of my mother, then, and at the same time, because if I'm in spirit, whatever comes to mind, it's godly guided. So if I am driving, I'm just going to work, and then my mother's thoughts come into my heart, my mind, whatever. Then I think good thoughts of her, and I speak well of her, and I bring her to God, like maybe God bless my mother, maybe God guide her, whatever that I say. That is a prayer, okay? That is a prayer, okay? So I think of my work. I am sleeping and I just remember there is a task I've not done. It's whatever. Then I say, God, please take care of it. Help me, whatever. Oh, and I wake up, I want to have strength. Guide me to do it and whatever. You know, so I might not have knelt down and prayed, but guess what? That is a prayer, and God is going to work on it, okay? Because God hears, because I am in the spirit in all occasions, and I am praying all forms of prayer, all right? I hope that makes sense to you. So that gave me great light, great comfort that, you know, He hears. People are so overtaking me right now. All right, bye-bye for now. That is all I have. All I have. That is all I have for now, for ya. I'm I'm just wondering who's gonna ever watch this. With a screen maneuvering here and there, swinging and blah blah blah. Anyways, yeah, I can't wait to get to my work and then get to church later. Like I miss it. I was just there Sunday, but still. Oh, my colleague is there. I might have to greet him. Let me go. Bye bye.